Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I've got for you my July monthly favourites, and I have a few makeup, nails and beauty bits to show you, and also some random favourites. So let's get started. First up, I have the Garnier Micellar Water. Now, I wrote about this when I first discovered this a while back, and I wrote a blog post on it that I'll link down below. And then after that, all the drugstore brands started bringing the micellar waters out, and I've tried most of them since. And this is definitely my #1 favourite. First of all, because of the size, it's 400ml, and it actually says on here you can get 200 uses out of it. And also it's just great value for money for the size you get anyway. I am a big fan of the micellar gel that I also featured in a recent video. I like the consistency of that. It's something I've never seen before, and I still like that equally as much as the micellar water. That is great for getting off heavy eye makeup and things like that. But this is great just to swipe all over your skin, and it does remove makeup really well. But the Garnier one is definitely for me. Next up, I have something that I consider is a store cupboard essential. So it is a little bit random, but it can be used for beauty as well. And it is coconut oil. I love this stuff. It is a little bit expensive, but you know what? For the price, you get so much of it, and you only need a tiny bit. Now, Ben and I use this in cooking, but there's so many other uses you probably know already that you can do with it. And one of them I discovered this month. I actually, by mistake, I was curling my hair, and I was so hot, so I didn't have my dressing gown on. I just had a towel, so my shoulders were exposed, and I accidentally burnt my shoulder with the curling tong. Hashtag girl problems. Anyway, it left quite a big round mark, and I was so paranoid about it. So I googled on Pinterest what was the best sort of natural remedies to get rid of swelling and the redness and the burn, and they said all the posts, coconut oil. So I thought I would give it a go, and I put this on religiously for about a month, twice a day. And you know what? It really helped reduce the redness, and it's just a great healer if you haven't got anything else in the cupboard. I've also been using it to moisturise my skin at night. I've just been really enjoying it. It's just really an affordable way of using a night moisturiser. I've run out of my LMS, and I wanted to know what to use. So I've been using this. It is a little bit oily, obviously, but I only put a tiny bit on, and I let it sink in before I go to bed. But such a great all-round product. So keeping on the theme of skincare, this next product is something I actually featured in my product empties video recently, and it is these face masks from Seventh Heaven. Now, the actual brand is this one here that I couldn't pronounce in the last video, so again I'll pop the name of the actual brand down here, and also the website will be linked down below. But you can get these in all the supermarkets and the drugstores, and they come in loads of different like flavours and scents, I guess, and they target sort of certain skin types. They also do hair masks and things like that. Anyway, I've just been really liking this to do on my bridal facials, because I'm counting down now to my wedding, so I'm trying to do a facial once a week. And I've just been using these every time I do a facial, and you can get about 2 out of 1 pack, but the one I'm using at the moment is the banana and honey mask. And then this one is iced crystal. It's cooling, spearmint, exfoliating and cleansing facial. Spearmint and dead sea salt, it says. So these are really good. They are 99p, so probably quite expensive just for 2 uses. but I've just been really enjoying using a different one each time. Next up, I have a couple of makeup favourites for you, and the first one is a makeup sponge, and this is the Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge. I think I did do a review on this ages ago, so I'll put the link down below. But I've been really enjoying using this sponge again. I do have the Beauty Blender as well, and I do think actually both of these work equally as well. So you just wet this one, and then obviously you just wring out the water until it's just a nice moist damp sponge, and then you put your foundation on with it, and this just really transforms how your foundation looks. I just love the finish it gives. It's really airbrushed and just nice and glowy depending on what foundation I use. But I've just really been loving this again, just rediscovered it. I had been using a Real Techniques buffing brush for ages, but I'm really loving a good sponge again. Next, I have the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer, and I'm in the shade NC50. And this is another rediscovery for me. I hadn't used this in ages, and the reason why I started using it again is because I've really got into Jacqueline Hill at the moment on YouTube. If you haven't heard of her, I'll pop her channel down below, but I'm sure you have, because obviously she has just made the most beautiful highlighter with Becca called Champagne Pop, and I am dying to get my hands on that. But she is just so lovely and down to earth, and she does the most amazing makeup tutorials. Anyway, when she primes her eyes, she always uses the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer, and she swears by it. And I have started to use that, and it is just such a good base, and I have been using it as concealer as well, but I've really been liking it as an eye base. I do put a primer on first, and then I just go over with the wet sponge with this on top, and I've really been enjoying this again. It just gives the most flawless finish to your face. Lastly, on the makeup front, I have a couple of lipsticks for you, and one is high-end and one is drugstore. So we'll start with the high-end. It's from MAC and it's called Snob, and this is a satin finish, and this actually does look like a mauvey pink, but on the lips it's the most beautiful sort of pastel pink with a slight purple undertone to it. I really just love the look it gives if you've got like a neutral eye or a gold eye, and I've really been loving this over summer. And then the other one is another coloured lipstick, and it's from the Maybelline Sensational range, and this is Power Peony 158. And I spoke about this lots before. It's a lovely pastel purple, just so pretty on the lips for summer, and it smells of coconuts as well. Right, so on to some nail favourites. Of course, I cannot not feature a nail polish in my monthly favourites, and the first one is more of a combination which I recently wrote a blog post on, and it is the Model's Own Mint Icing. I actually have this on my nails now, and I've been teaming it with Morgan Taylor Party at the Palace. I haven't actually got this on top at the moment, but I had this on for my hen do. But I've been loving putting Party at the Palace on top of the mint icing one. It just gives the most pretty, sort of unusual, shimmery, iridescent mint colour to the nails. If you want to check out proper photos on it, obviously I'll pop the blog post down below, but it's such a pretty combination and something I haven't really seen in just a nail polish in one. So I like teaming different sort of shimmers with a cream formula together. They just work well together, especially if they're like pastel colours for summer. The other one is another Model's Own nail polish. I'm really loving Model's Own nail polish at the moment. You can get it in Superdrug, and they're really affordable as well. They're only £5. And this is a rediscovery. I've had this for quite a few years now, and this is another one that looks great as a top coat on top of a cream formula. And this is Model's Own Indian Ocean, and it's the most beautiful pastel blue shot with like a duochrome pink and gold in it. It is stunning in real life. Again, if you want to see photos of it, check my blog post out. Next, I have one accessory for you, and it is a bag. And you know what? I think the last 3 months, I think I've featured a bag in every monthly favourites. I'm just really into bags at the moment. Ben even said to me the other day, last year we went on holiday and I bought a couple of bags then, and he says ever since then I just seem to be obsessed with bags, which I am, and affordable bags at that. So this one is actually from good old Primark, and it's this really nice tan one. You know I love these crossover body bags. They're just really handy, so your hands free, and you can actually fit quite a lot on this. I took this actually to London. I went to London on Monday shopping, and it's just so handy just to be hands-free. And I like the colour of this one because although it was sort of, I want to say it was about £3 or £4, because it's tan, it doesn't look cheap, it looks nice and expensive, and I just like the gold chain detail on it as well. But if you're after an affordable bag or a coloured bag, definitely go and check out Primark. They have got some really nice ones coming into autumn. I've seen on their Instagram really beautiful like burgundy ones and things like that. So definitely go and check them out. Lastly, I have a few random favourites for you, and just a side note, give this video a thumbs up if you do like me including the random favourites along with the beauty, nails and accessories, just so I know for future reference still to include them as well. Anyway, my first random favourite I don't actually have with me because it's a TV show, and I'm probably the last one on earth to have watched this, but it's Once Upon a Time on Netflix. I absolutely love this show. I am a big Disney fan anyway, but it's just a really dark kind of version of it. You find out sort of what the characters get up to. Basically, the wicked witch, I can't remember which witch, but she casts a spell over all the Disney characters and transports them to this human place called Storyville. And I won't give too much away if you haven't watched it, but if you have, you'll know exactly what I'm on about. It probably doesn't make any sense. Anyway, it's amazing. It's really deep and dark, so it's not all flouncy and happy all the time, not like watching a Disney film, but it's so addictive, and I have just been watching it all day, every day. I've been watching one episode in the morning when I'm doing my makeup, and then I watch a couple more in the evening. It's so addictive. So if you haven't checked it out yet, definitely go and check it out if you like that kind of thing. My last random favourite is Snapchat. I recently got on this. My username is mintgreen7, and I am absolutely obsessed with it. I can't put it down. I'm following quite a few YouTubers on it, and I just love watching their stories. It just gives that sort of behind the scenes look at what people are doing, you know, not only in their videos, and it's just so addictive like the TV show. And I've been snapping a bit as well, and I'll probably do a lot more snapping towards the countdown to my wedding, so as it gets nearer. So definitely go and follow me on Snapchat, and we can be besties and all Snapchat together. But an amazing app, just totally obsessed with it. So guys, that concludes my July monthly favourites. Give this video a thumbs up if you like this kind of mix of monthly favourites with my random beauty, nails and accessories, just so I know for future reference if you still want me to include everything together. Also, don't forget to subscribe and follow me on Instagram, Pinterest and Twitter for more inspiration, and check out my 2 previous videos by clicking on the links on the right if you missed them. Have a wonderful rest of the week guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Take care, bye!